to the good stuff. Different tone for me, different exumptions for my mouth. We're gonna do 3 ouds here. I have so much to review that I'm gonna have to put them together. These reviews used to be 30 minutes each. There's no way I'm doing 30 minutes each. I'm gonna try to combine them in all less than 30 minutes. See how we do. Imperial Oud, welcome to the channel. I've known about you. I've said this many times, just it's taken me a while to get back to Oud, come back around and discover these distillations, these houses. I'm still getting educated in all of that. Who distills what, who hunts what, who is a wholesaler, who is just a vendor of other oils. So everyone bear with me. If you make it to the channel, stamps on it, good house, Imperial Oud. I posted right away. My Instagram stories was blown away when I opened the package, as I am with all the good Oud. You know, the nose knows when you open, wow, you know, wow. Open a good package from just a really good house. The nose knows. There's no lying once you crack that bottle. Let's get into that. The first one's going to be Chinese Oud. Yunan Imperial Oud. The 2017 was the distillation. Imperial Oud. I think most of these are on their site. I have not checked the site for a while. Forgive me if not, but I want to do it. From the cap, from the bottle, this is it's got that barnyard love funk from the cap, but the review, once you put it on skin, it becomes something else. I have worn these mostly in high heat. It has not been colder weather. You get different nuances and facets if you have 4 seasons where you live. When you wear the same thing in colder weather, it totally different experience. Usually more sweetness, more fruits, more florals pop up in colder weather. In hot weather, when your body temperature heats up, I'm a bigger guy, I sweat a little more, but the Oud, it works with you. It just becomes part of, I spoke about this so much, it becomes part of your day, part of whatever you're doing. Yard work, working on the car, a laborer, in the office, just whatever. It just lends a helping hand. It becomes part of that. And so this has been hotter weather, so the more, as soon as it hits skin, it sinks into the body, and it's not the same thing from what it is in the cap. Huge leather blast, huge one. Right when I put it on skin, it heats up. Brown suede leather with dried fruits. Interesting note of metallics off the top of it, silver in tone. First thing that comes forth is a dried hay note, very realistic dried hay. I grew up in a desert town, hot days, dry desert, and the horse stables, the fresh hay there, that's the smell to a T. Not wet, not muddy, no fecal, just the hay. Beautiful hay note. It actually has both facets of hay for me in it that I picked up. Fresh cut, so imagine the farm fields in Iowa when they're cutting the hay, the smell of that, and then the smell I just said when you're feeding the animals of the dried one, varietal, has both facets of hay that I get from it very well. I get aromatics of fruit rinds, blonde tobacco, and sawdust on top of it. This is real easy Oud for me to explain. Those were the 2 transitions that I had, leather to hay, and just really working with you. Beautiful notes. And again, I didn't wear it in cold weather, so I can't report on that. I just don't have that atmosphere. Really don't have AC cranked up or anything. So I'm active, I'm in and out, so it's just summer here. Check out the color on this beauty. Golden, honey, viscosity. Again, Chinese agarwood notes. I'm the first to ever bring you a sensory chart, kind of updated and whatnot. So like if they only score one or ever, I'll skip those notes. But if I see, and I add to this chart all the time, just to give you nuances, facets of oud that you like. It's the whole point of this. So the chart, no scoring. It's not an official scoring. It's just facets and nuances of the oud. See if you like it or not. So this wasn't sweet at all on me. Animalic, 3 out of 5. Earthy, 2 out of 5. Tobacco's 2 out of 5. This is a drier one. Was not really wet. Old resins, 2 out of 5. Woods, 2 out of 5. Leather, 5/5. Huge leather bomb. Metallic, 3 out of 5. Medicinal, the camphor effect, 3 out of 5. Addictiveness, I put this at 5 out of 10 on this one. Projection, sillage, people are going to smell it. Again, we're in heat, so I can only give it a 6 out of 10 here. I can imagine this would really get wild in colder weather, colder skin, controlled temps if I was in air conditioning. So you office people, mind that. Be careful on your first application if you have this one. The Minesing, new category. I give this one a 5 out of 10. I enjoyed this one, 6.5 out of 10 overall of enjoyment, the experience, the session, I call it, the oud session I had with it. You can see with the bottle, this was a generous 1 gram. So, I mean, over 5 wearings in all these. I've worn like crazy. Price to gram on what's the market, 2 out of 5 on this one. Ozone, dry, sunny air. I have collection worthy. Get a gram for yourself on this one. Okay, you ready for this one? Cambodia Oud. Pursat Imperial. This is the one I smell from package. Good night, sweetheart. Check out that. Check out that honey. Again, even more golden. Look at that. Man, look at that. We all know what that love is. This is out of this world. The opening on this is just a glorious air. Just totally different. It's Cambodia. The air it's like you're breathing this purified bliss that's cleaning your lungs, cleaning your soul. You're starting a real session of oud in this one with this one. 70 degrees at the beach, a little bit salty, ocean air. Not wet, not humid, not dry, just a perfect beach day air. A buttered up fragrance off the top. I'm calling this a buttered oud. Second time I've gotten this. Got it with another house too. I haven't reviewed yet. Just, you know how sandalwood has that butter effect? Buttered sandalwood? Buttered oud. Just this, not creamy, in between creamy and liquid. I mean butter. Butter oud. Just yum. I mean, you want to slather it on everything. I only have a gram though, so I can't. A jam even comes forth beneath this one in particular. The butter flavor I wanted to say on its own because it's different, but there is a jam, so you have butter and jam without the biscuit. So marmalade kind of flavor and get used to what fruit is in ouds. It's not your mole fruits. It's realistic, fresh hanging fruit, fresh produce when you go to the market and smell the actual produce without it being open, smell through it. Like the whole, the rind, the inside, you get everything. Fresh marmalade with the creamy biscuit and butter. Where's that biscuit though? It's not bread. Don't get me wrong. The bread note's not in there. And the other two are very prominent. Against a huge medicinal, clean medicinal, not heavy camphor, not like minty, just this. Oh, this is the kind of medicinal I love. It just pierces right through your brain. You just smell it in Minesing. Just your brain lights up when you smell it. Just all those neurons just light up when you smell this. I wish there was smell-o-vision. If there were, the stuff wouldn't be so expensive, would it? The mind zing on this is out of this world. This the reason I collect ouds and smell them just from the bottle is this. I don't think I could ever use all this. I always have just a bit. I don't want to lose that reference in my mind. It's just a thing with me with my ouds. I just always want to be able to smell that. And you can. Just a little bit in your bottle, lasts forever. Just don't let it overheat. Take care of your ouds. In the middle of it, I get a huge copper blast. I don't know distillation techniques or anything. They're not really showing that on the site. The dry down is a green jungle, vegetal, little bit woody, little bit jungle floor. Turns wet towards that. So you have that start air, and then it literally the ocean. End your day at the ocean, walk back up into the jungle to get some fruit or whatever. And entering that jungle, it's a little bit moist, a little more humid. That's the smell that you start to get the air. It turns into that air. So one of the first times I've seen ouds change the ozone effect. Call it ozone effect. That's the best terminology I have of both sides. To get my favorite's the ocean air. But then it must be a distillation technique or something. And then you get the jungle air next while you're carrying your leather lasso. Brown and warm leather on this one. All right, notes are the sensory chart for Pursat Imperiale from Cambodia. This was distilled in 2019, so that's amazing how great this is. Sweetness is 3 out of 5. Animalics 2.5 out of 5. Earthiness, soil, wet jungle 4 out of 5. And then the other one, like salty, would be your earthiness, kinda. Tobaccos on this one are 3 out of 5. Aquatic 4 out of 5. I did get some spices in this one. I didn't say that. 3 out of 5. Olresins 3 out of 5. Woods 3 out of 5. Leather 4 out of 5. Metallics 3 out of 5. Incense 3 out of 5. 10 out of 10 for the addictiveness on this thing. Projection sillage, again, only one on the heat, 6 out of 10. I don't think it'd blow up when you cold, but I don't know. Minzing, 9 out of 10. Overall experience, 5 out of 5. Price the gram, 4 out of 5. This is what I buy ouds for, is this smell. The ozone, dry, or the ocean to jungle, explained it pretty good. What I recommend buying, this is 3 gram worthy all day long. All right, any of you beginners here? Anybody? I know a lot of new people on the channel that haven't seen my oud reviews. They're there. I started the channel because these deep, in-depth oud reviews, and a lot of guys hang around and I get to talk to IG and whatnot. But I got something for you if you hung around. Check this out. It's on the site. This is the only one I looked up. Crassna Imperial Oud, right here. Viscosity is another honey. This one is like a burnt honey color, a little darker in color in this one. Laos is the region this is from. On the top, I get a mixed, for what the price is, this is one of the cheaper ones. A lot going on here. Mixed berries when you get on top, right when you put it on from the cap, just a huge mixed berry fumet. And then the first 30 minutes of the wear, some of the sweetness of the fruit dies in, goes into the skin, and some other fruit notes come out. I'm talking like mango, papaya, green coconut hanging from the tree. Now, when I say fruits and ouds, because this is a beginner review, let's get this clear. This is not Ariana Grande or David Beckham's perfume lines. Not their sweet cotton candy, fruity smell. That's not what that is. So this is literally like smelling the fruit from the tree through the rind. I love it. It's a beautiful smell. I've gotten really, really used to it in ouds and other, they're in other oils too, notes, but that's the fruit smell we're talking about. So it's like picking up the whole fruit from the tree and just smelling through it. Some people can tell it's perfect ripeness by doing that. I haven't tried that since my journey into Ouds. Maybe I'll start trying that at the store, but that's the smell. So when I say fruity, that's what we're going for, but tons of that fruit coming in. And tartness, a lot of tartness with that. You're not going to get the synthesized sugar rush drug telling you what it's supposed to be. It's realistic, straight from earth. Have you ever been to Trinidad and Tobago? They have, so you guys in the warmer climates, the warmer jungles where this is growing, do you have avocado trees? The avocados there are bigger than the size of the American footballs. I mean, they're that big. Some of that, smelling through the fruit of the avocado, I picked up that note in this even. Medicinal is very fresh and very loud. This medicinal in here is more camphoric, more menthol, that whole camphor vibe in this one. Even from the bottle, you're going to get that. I get that and the fruit together. The medicinal effect, the Minzing effect, I call that, is more of a camphor level effect. Really only two big transitions, kind of the third one, the two kinds of fruits, but fruity. Then all that dries down, and up comes just a realistic leather that I love in my Ouds. Brown, easy to wear leather, slightly wet, but still dry. I get a silver metallic note in the whiff of this. Some resins, even tobacco, appear for me in the dry down of Crassna. Great beginner Oud right here. You guys are looking. There it is. Sensory chart on Crassna. Sweets 4 out of 5. Animalic 3 out of 5. Earthy 3 out of 5. Tobaccos 2 out of 5. Aquatic 2 out of 5. Older resins 3.5. Woods 2.5. Leather 4.5. Metallic 3.5. The medicinal 4.5. Addictiveness 5.10. This was my first Oud that scored to be totally different. I just have a whole different perspective to come from with this now. Projection sillage, you're probably going to think of 10.10. I'll put it at a 6.10 for me. Talking to beginners here. Minzing overall 4.10. Again, this might for first Oud to get into it. This is probably a 10 because when your first ones are overwhelming, and then you start getting used to what Oud is, picking up your favorite things, what you really love. That's how I've adjusted. So 4.10 out of that. Overall experience 3.5. Price to gram on this 4.5. Very good. It's your first one 3.5. This is a must sample for guys that want something cheaper to wear. A lot going on here. Up to 1 to 3 grams, easy. I'd recommend on this one. Just and when it is a beginner level Oud. The other two I put as intermediate. I don't think I said that. There is a caveat. This is a touch animalic, especially from the bottle. But once you put it on, especially with this review, and start like thinking that way, you're like, oh, it just eases right into you. You're like, oh, I actually like this kind of stuff. It's a beautiful distilled, well done Oud. Kudos to Imperial Oud. That's it, Imperial Oud. Thank you for being part of this world, doing what you do, having the store. Thank you so much. Welcome on the channel anytime. Everyone, you and yours, hope you're having the best of summers. Being at peace. Stay blessed.